everybody. I'm again here live. Um, we gonna continue where we left off. And for the first thing, what I must do is collect many rocks because iron getting iron getting low. And that's the thing what I know. That that is the whole thing in the whole game. Iron, iron and aluminium. That are the two things what in this game are really needed. Yeah, the rocket. I also still gonna continue building it, but yeah, first this I want to build the base, and after that I gonna experiment with the different kinds of fruits. But first of all, that I have one massive base, but it's gonna be bigger, and I know that that's the thing. Because I'm not stopping, and I'm surely not. W- yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna build everything yet. I build on the way how I'm going, and most of the times I'm gonna see what how something looks and everything like that. But yes, first let's see. I have enough food. This one goes back here. Mm, repair that. Repair that. Okay, one thing what I wanted to know, maybe the devs changed this already or maybe not. I hope so, because those the the creators what they left behind, they are very annoying because no, I cannot get rid of them. No, that's annoying. Mhm. But okay, that's also why I want to build the base, a big base, because first and then do everything else. Because yeah, they mess up a little bit my building plan,
Oxygen source external.
and yeah, it's a little bit tricky. Um, the base has now still enough power and and, and enough water. But yeah, those are gonna need more water and more power. And yes, and I won't go over the limit of 9,900 for the power. And I also thinking about how I gonna achieve that on in those how I gonna divide the power in the base, because I think that is also a little bit tricky how I must do that. I can uh, yeah, I can turn the power in the corridors, route them another way, and that's how gonna try to yeah, build uh, the base. Also, there are rocks who are hit by by meteorites, and I also gonna collect those. But first of all, yeah, I need a lot of iron, and yes. My way is that I gonna collect every rock and yeah. Let's see. This is no. You I need it. Yeah, this is iron. I think. Yes. Uh, yeah, I didn't. I broke now so many rocks that most of the times I can literally see directly. Yeah, this is iron. Directly over this iron or not. Mm, let's see. Yeah, I can use the crane on the rover, but most of the times this way is quicker. And yeah, I like to use the rover like a big barrel wheel. And the rover is very handy, really handy, and I like the rover. Hopefully in the future he gonna get more things what we can use it with. Mm,
Oxygen source external.
think they are not iron, I think, but I think silicon. Mm, that's also iron. Yeah, I also cleared a lot of rocks on the map already. That is also why I want before that is so I can build properly. Hmm. I also tried the dynamite, but it's too powerful because I want to have those things. And with the dynamite, it explodes so very strong that I only have the little rocks. Mm, maybe, yeah. So I'm clearing all those rocks around the base, and I'm going further and further with rock clearing. I also want to go to that big rocky place because I want this also. I not tried it yet because, but I want to build also their part of the base. And yeah, I think are also many rocks and big rocks, and maybe on that side of the base because yeah, because the base gonna really be huge, and it's not gonna be a very small base. But I'm thinking now it's going very far. I want to build first that side where it's now, and then go around or over the rocks or over those mountains and through the area where the many rocks are gathered. There's also the crashed shuttle. Um, yeah, it's give me a lot of equally ground for building, and but yeah, I wanted to start here at this location. Every time when I'm jumping, I'm jumping or too high or too fast. I don't know if there is. I thought that there was on Mars really also less weight for a human body or something. I don't know exactly, but I thought so. Yeah, and on the way when I'm finding old bases, I also clean up the old bases. And yes, I find now a lot of silicone. I found now a lot of tablets, and I cannot use them. Yeah, I can collect them, but I have no usage more for them because now my now I have all my things on the wait here for the technologies. I have everything, and I'm on the everything. I'm doing everything on the last things. That's why I know I can collect them, and but yeah, I am pretty sure I'm done with everything. But I also try to in the first playthrough in the first series last year, I also tried to drive north, no, to the south. I wanted to see how many ice there was, but that was a very long drive, and it is really endless. And the ice is very slippery.
Oxygen source external.
Maybe I'm still gonna do that, maybe one time, and try to find the real South Pole or something, but I think it's not possible. Because how further you drive in this game, how you're never gonna reach, I think, the North or the South Pole. I think. I saw some guys who took take in the past they took photos of that because they were there or something, but I don't know. I tried to reach it, but I had no luck. Mm. But maybe in the future, I maybe I'm gonna try it again. But yeah, first of all, first the base. When the base is standing strong, and it is really defending itself with all the rockets, because I have only a few rockets. Yeah, and that's I'm maybe a little bit overprotected, but yeah, you cannot be sure. Mars sometimes haunts me with those things, and yeah, I because the base is really big, I want to really protect my base. And yes, I could turn it off, but I like the idea that something can happen, and I want to I want to let that on because maybe sometimes is like those things you learn how to use everything in the game, and I'm play this game so long that I now learned that the most things you learn by when it's happening to you.
Oxygen source external.
And yeah, also you guys, you can give me also still tips and tricks, and you can also ask me here in the live stream things about how some things work, or I can maybe explain them or maybe show them directly. Yeah, only that loading screen of save screen every time. I'm glad that they do it, that it's saving the whole time, because sometimes I forget. And yes, I forget also sometimes things, and I know that I want to build more and more every time, and most of the times I forget also that I have things to do inside the base.
New message.
Okay. I also must think about a name for the base, because I think when it's gonna be so large, he probably he earns a good and powerful name. But I'm still thinking about it. Maybe you guys can give me good names. Maybe. I'm still thinking about it. Yeah, I also want to build more domes. The big domes, they're gonna be also more, and they're gonna contain more fruit for eating. And those medium domes I want to use for only, I think only for safekeeping, for that I have some products and everything. Yeah, I also gonna go today. Today I'm gonna collect rocks, and I'm gonna collect some yeah, zones what are dropped. Yeah, because maybe sometimes they have also used good things inside them, and I want also to clear those messages lists, because they are really many and many. And yeah, I want to try try to collect also all the uranium. And I know I have there somewhere also in the in the mountain at the back of the base. I also know that there is a big uranium
Oxygen
deposit,
source. External.
but maybe I gonna use that also later. I want to still keep my options open for what I'm maybe gonna use. And yes, when I'm driving around, you see that I turning on the radar, because every time when I'm seeing an iron disc, yes, I have there very far two iron depots, but yeah, the amount for driving there and going back, it's not very much iron what I get for that, because in the time when I'm here collecting around the base iron in the rocks, yeah, the rocks give me more than I drive all the way back there. And I want to try I want to try to let those miners stand there, and maybe in the future I gonna use them when I'm closer to them. But yeah, you see the whole time that I'm driving with sonar. Um, that's why I see the most things. But yeah, and when something is empty, like the deposit what was here on the other side of this mountain from iron, I write on it that I empty it already. Yeah, I want to drive for you through the area what I meant. Um, so where the many rocks are, and that is on the backside here. Yeah, here starts the dunes, and I don't think that I can build here anything because maybe in the future I gonna have an option that I gonna build something here, but I don't know yet. No, all those old bases, they gonna go because yeah. But I'm planning, they are standing in the way. It's sad that that are those are different kind of buildings, different kind of corridors than what I can build. I also like those corridors, and sadly enough, I cannot build those because I find they look also very good. Now the area what I mean is here because everything here is mostly almost at the same height or level, and here I can collect all those rocks. Yes, that's why that is what I meant. Yeah, and somewhere there, I think here somewhere, yeah, that direction, the shuttle, the crash shuttle lies. And I'm not gonna remove the crash shuttle because I like that. Maybe I gonna build corridors around it, so maybe like a museum piece. I also know that the little robot in the corner, but next to my base, I'm you cannot remove that. And maybe I want to build a single corridor to it, and that you can see it from the inside of the base. Yeah, and also this gonna be here the next water depot and water source what I'm gonna use. That's also a huge one. Yeah, you have also different sizes of water resources. I thought this was a deposit of 7,000, but I could be wrong. and they filling back up. But if you have too many pumps, then then you're gonna yeah suck it dry, and then you have no water in your base. And that's also why every time when I'm building a water depot, I'm looking all the time for that I not go over the refill limit. That's why so that I have constantly the same amount of water out of the pit, of the source. Yeah, this water depot, it's very tricky because I want to build now with the new structures like the other ones how I build it. I don't know yet how I'm gonna build it, but I gonna try it because I'm still gonna need more and more water. Let's see what this is. Maybe I'm lucky today. Maybe I find a lot of iron today. Hmm. Yeah. Aluminium.
Suit power, 75%.
Yeah. So, guys, let me know. I want to know where you are watching from. Because yeah, I'm Dutch. Maybe some of you guys hear that. I'm trying to speak my perfect English. And most of the times I don't say things wrong. But I'm trying to do my best for talking right. And that you can hear me all perfectly. I think that he is almost already full. Because I can stand on top of it. Ah, come on. He's full.
Oxygen source, external.
I every time looking at the rover at the top and I don't know what that thing in the middle is. Wherefore it is. Hopefully somewhere in the future yeah, maybe I don't know. But yes, the rover have looks great. And yeah, I also want to use those hooks on the front of the rover because yeah. I can also build to this south, I think. Yeah, that is the south. Oh no, 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 no. It's the west, but there's also large areas where flat ground. But I like the that are where many rocks at the backside. Mm, Parking a little bit too close. Yeah.
Available point for technological advancement.
I also like those antennas. How do you how everybody must hack them? It's an easy game, but I like it. And maybe I can also do one today for showing you guys. Maybe I don't know. First of all, I want to collect many rocks. Hmm? That's what I have too much. This one I have too much. Yeah, silicone I have also in extra containers, and I have inside here the base also a few containers for silicone.
Equalize external oxygen detected. Water refilled. Botany, technology access level increased. Botany, technology access level increased. Warning, tornado closing in. Electricity, technology access level in. Electricity, technology access level increased. Electricity, technology access level increased. Electricity, technology access level increased. Electricity, technology access level increased.
Now I know
Equalizing
that
pressure.
Mars me getting annoyed at me because I gotta drive away from my base when the tornado is hitting
Oxygen
me.
source
Then
external.
I'm not around my base. Maybe that is maybe a trick, but it works. Because every time the tornado or dust devils, they stay around me, and that's why I'm now driving a little bit farther away so that I can trick Mars. Yeah, I know it's still a few hours away, but I can collect everywhere rocks. No, wait, actually, I can also collect those things what they dropped. Yeah, I'm gonna do that because I wanted to do that. Hmm. Where is it? There.
Oxygen source, external.
They always come in handy. Let's see how steep he can drive up. I never test that properly. I want to know now, because I tried to drive over ice and everything. But let's see how much he can take. Yeah, this corner maybe. Wow, he pulls up very high.
Warning.
Yeah, I know. My big friend is coming. Is that something? Yes, a water depot. And this is a large one. Yeah, this is a very large one. I think. Yeah, the game has still problems when loading a new piece of the map. Then it's a little bit stuttering. It is also a large area, but not many rocks. Many uranium deposits, but not many rocks. And I thought that I was on all those bases that I checked out already. Yes, I think.
New message.
Tomato.
Oxygen source, external. Warning.
My big friend is coming. I know. I wanted also to build like this, where the entrance is like this, where you're walking in. But yeah, but only when we have those pieces, those corridors. Let's see. I'm driving now to a big ravine, I think. No, that's a little bit further.
Warning.
Luckily he turns not right. And there he is. Yeah. Yeah, he looks great. And I'm not trying to get out now of my rover, because I think when I'm now going out, he sucks me up. Because yeah, sadly, he not. Hopefully, some rocks are falling in the rover backside. Yeah, I really think that I'm now opening my rover and I'm trying to go out. He sucks me up. The dust devils, I don't know for sure, but I tried it once. But maybe it was a little bug that time that I'm trying that. Let's see, maybe he continues. Yeah, now he turning back on. I thought that he was going away, but yeah, he really looks great with the lightning and everything. And he comes, I think, a little few meters from my backside of my rover, I think, and then he goes back again. Or he coming over me now. He coming over me. Hmm. Yeah, I want to see how long he stays. How long the sequel is from the tornado. And now he turns almost invisible, but maybe he's charging up again. Yeah, you see, and now he's charging up again. And I think that when he comes back, he stops right in front of my backside of my truck. I think. Now we're losing power. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he messed up my rover. Maybe they must also think about a car wash or something. That would be very a funny idea. And plan it with the red sand and then a car wash. I thought this was something, but it's not. Yeah, that saving screen. Every time that takes time. But I'm glad that it saves automatically. Hmm. There's also a satellite. Maybe I hacked that already. When not, I'm gonna try to hack that again. I thought that I had this already, but I'm not sure. Ooh, there's also a big, large area. Okay, let's see. Got it.
New item in circuit box.
I knew it. Hmm.
Oxygen source, external.
Yeah, most of the times I get it right. Not every time. Hey, when I'm driving to the one and now here the other one. You know, when I'm seeing them, when I'm driving next to them, and I'm picking them immediately also because yeah, why wherefore why must I drive two times for the same thing?
New message.
Onion.
Oxygen source, external.
No. I thought it was onion.
New message.
Then I think this is onion. I dropped it.
Oxygen source, external.
I'm lucky now.
New message.
Oh yeah.
Oxygen source, external.
Normally I'm not so lucky that I'm finding those things so very close together.
New message.
Gone.
Oxygen source, external.
Maybe today is really my lucky day.
New message. Oxygen source, external.
let's see. Maybe I'm gonna go collect rocks because I must have iron. Because tomorrow I will also stream, but I want to build further.
New message.
I cannot zoom out anymore. Have they changed that? Maybe they changed that. I don't know. No. Collect those rocks. No. I think gonna go practice more with jumping because sometimes yeah, sometimes my jumping is a little bit crazy. But yeah. What I need the resources. And particularly aluminium and iron.
Oxygen source, external.
I thought this was not aluminium, no iron, but I also gonna collect them because yeah, they are also broken on ball. Yeah, and then it shows this is aluminium. When a meteor hits those rocks, then it shows the resource, what's in it. That comes in handy because then I not have to scan it. Normally I don't scan much because I'm gonna take it also. Then yeah, or scan it then. Yeah, the most things that here are aluminium, I thought. Because I try also scan the rest. And I started on this rock, not with scanning because it was already broken, hit by a meteorite. And yeah, you can also ask me, of course, questions about why I do something, like how I build something, and I can give you answer on it. And maybe I can show you. Mm, this, what was this?
Available point for technological advancement.
Yeah, I'm gonna break them also up because yeah, I want to clear the whole area. And when I cleared everything here, I'm going at the back of that. That is also the direction where I'm gonna build, where I'm gonna build my base, heading to the direction, the first direction. Of course, it's gonna be big, and it's gonna take a lot of time. I know that,
Oxygen source external.
and a lot of water and power I'm gonna need. I also know that. But when I'm building when I'm finished building there, I'm going with the base to this side. But I thinking still about a way, or I going over the mountain or around them, and I don't know yet how I'm gonna build it, because I'm gonna build it like how I see, how I, yeah, I build usually, um, not thinking about it, and try to use the spaces what I have. Because I know there on this on the mountain, I know there is a big uranium deposit, and I can also use that later, not for now, because yeah, it's a little bit of a small city like this, a very small city, I think. And I don't know yet what I'm gonna build at this side, because I have here a lot of space, and I want to build a large solar park for the extra power, because I want to try out all different kinds of power. Yeah, because yeah, I know also right now that I need a lot of batteries again, b- because every time when there is a storm or something, then the uranium solar panels, they get dirty, and they don't give energy and power. And that day changed, I think, because in the beginning it was not like that. Because yeah, I must build more batteries like this. Um, yeah, my the crusher has now every time enough power when dust devils are, or tornado or something. Then every time the my power shuts down, and in the early access it was not. This they also changed that, and that's why I built at first. I wanted to build first not so much batteries, but when this is happening, yeah, I need them, and yeah, because I want to have a big base, I also need a big amount of batteries. I hope not, but yeah, I understand the logic behind it, and I don't mind. And it's a lot of work. I know that also. Hmm. Yeah, those extra rocks I can set to the side later, so that I have every time enough resources from everything. But yeah, the most resources what I'm using now at the moment are
Oxygen source.
iron
External.
and aluminium, because they are the basic building materials for a base.
Suit power 75%.
Yeah, now this stream I want to collect lots of resources, because I want to build tomorrow uh, the base further on the base. Uh, but yeah, I need a lot and a lot of resources, and yeah, that's why yeah, sometimes because I'm doing this alone, it takes a little bit longer, and yeah, hopefully you bear with me and you you forgive me that it takes me some time. But yeah, when I'm what I want is then that I can build the base bigger and bigger and to extreme portions. And yes, I hope that I'm maybe someday one of the biggest base builder in this game are gonna be. I don't know yet, but I thought that I was already a big one. I looked on by other ones, and they were not so very large and so big as I know building now. But let's see. If for me this is still a small base, but that's how the Scorp thinks. This is for me a small base, and I want to build. Let's see here. I want the base extend very large uh, to different sides. I want to go out of this direction and build here a big portion, but this gonna be the headquarters and the center of the base. But yeah, it's still for me still a small base, but it got
Oxygen
potential.
source. External.
It got for me. I think for me it got potential that it's gonna be a big base, and I don't know if somebody pulled it off what I'm now doing. But what I so far what I saw, nobody built it so extremely as I now gonna what I'm now building. And yes, I know it's gonna be a big, a very big maze. But yeah, I must start somewhere, and maybe when I'm starting somewhere, I'm maybe getting the title from building the biggest base. I truly hope so. Yeah, it was a dream of me to try that, because yeah, I really like the game, and that's why I try to pull this now off. Yeah, I think that nobody was so crazy like me to do this. Uh, yeah, I know also that when you build the rocket, when you finish them and you go, try to go up, I also know that, yeah, that the game then ends. I know that. That's why I'm not trying to finish the rocket very fast, because yeah, first I want to build the base and try my luck with to get the biggest base ever, and I really hope to achieve that. Yes, it's gonna take many building hours. I didn't know that. But yeah, what I said, I must start somewhere. And hopefully I can inspire you guys also to try the same. I really like the idea that everybody wants to try that.
Oxygen source, external.
Hmm. Let's see what this is. Just I don't silicone. No, there are two rocks. Or not? No, it's one rock. It looked at me like one rock, of two rocks I mean. Yeah, sometimes you see also rocks inside each other. Yeah, I also gonna build here something, but I'm thinking about it when I'm with the base so big that it is on this side. Maybe I gonna build here something for to look out, or indefinitely something like that. Also with a lot living rooms and everything. Or maybe that I'm building exactly at at this place. Maybe a launch pad for a rocket or something. I don't know yet for sure, but that's the thing. That's why I'm building on the way how I where I'm building at the moment every time.
Oxygen source, external.
So if you really like what I'm doing, I hope you give me a like and maybe subscribe, because it really helps my channel, and so I can see what you guys and also you can say ask me give me ideas for other games, maybe some things like that, because yeah, there are a lot of games, and those games like this I really like. um, I played many games also in the past, and yes, there are still many games what I'm now on my channel, where you can find all kinds of those sort of games. But those space games I really like. It really looks empty with all the rocks gone. Yeah, I also must plant in the last medium domes also new fruits, so it can grow. And then I also gonna see if I have enough water, or if I must get more water, because I have already enough, plenty of now at the moment. But yeah, when I'm seeing that I can use uh, when I can use the water source, yeah, then I'm really trying to build around that. But yes, um, this was it for today's stream. Tomorrow I'm gonna be also here on playing this game, and then I'm gonna try to build a lot. Yeah, I wanna build the base further out. This until maybe I see you tomorrow, and I want to say to everybody thank you for watching, and hopefully to tomorrow.